What's going on, Thumbthumbs? This is December 2, bringing you guys our team builder for week 5 of the PGL season 1. Unfortunately, I am very late to the game. I just had finals up for school and it's just postponed literally this week, next week, hopefully. So week 5, week 6 will literally, I am hoping will happen and will be up before week 7, the week of week 7. So fingers crossed that you guys will see this video during that time. So we can be fully caught up, but regardless, I thank my opponents so much for being just working with just such a hectic schedule of mine and all that stuff. But today, this week, you guys, for week 5, we're going to be taking on the Sylmar. Is that what it's called? The Sylmar Sylveons, I think it's called. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing any of these names correctly. My apologies. And Coach Sharpedo43. Who is doing really good in the season so far. I'm not sure if he's lost a game yet or not. I think he might have lost one maybe, but unfortunately we are on a big losing streak, but that doesn't mean that we are not going to be putting in the best effort. And this week was very challenging. This was a very hard team to build for, so hopefully I did the best and I kind of changed things up a bit, as you guys will see. But first off, let's go ahead and jump into Sharpedo's team, kind of break down what I think he might be bringing, different things that are going through my mind. Up first, he's got the Braviary. Braviary is really cool. It's got a somewhat decent speed with, I think, 85 speed. Really big attack stat. Has access to bulk up if it wants to. Has access to superpower. Otherwise, it's just a very standard bird. He can defog with it. However, he does have to get it. He has to take rocks damage in order to do so. It could potentially come a Choice Scarf side is actually really problematic for my team, especially with that fighting type. But other than that, it's fairly simple to take advantage of. It's not something like Staraptor with Intimidate, which can allow it to kind of bulk things out for a bit longer, which is kind of where Braviary kind of falls. Up next is going to be Crobat. Crobat's really cool. It can be run physical, it can be run special, it can be run bulky with Defog, U-Turn, Super Fang, Toxic, Sludge Bomb, Poison, Cross Poison, whatever it is, Brave Bird, Air Slash, Nasty Plot. I'm going to let you know right now, Nasty Plot Crobat scares me. Nasty Plot Crobat could be definitely one of the things that demolishes us with Nasty Plot, Heat Wave, Giga Drain. Really just puts a hamper on my team. It really does. And so if he does decide to bring it, we have to be very careful of what we use to take care of it. Otherwise, it could honestly just sweep our team. Up next is going to be that Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn's really bulky, has the iron barbs, usually paired up with Rocky Helmet. This thing I do see coming 100% of the time because it's what sits in front of our Mega Swampert and allows it to take a lot of damage just by hitting it, while not taking a lot of damage itself. So this thing is very scary, very powerful. It does have that times 4 weakness to rocks, but however, if we want to really beat it, we have to be outside of the rain to hit it with like an HP Fire or a Fire type move. Otherwise, the rain just nullifies, or not nullifies it, lowers the power of our Fire type moves. So it's very tricky. It's very tricky if once because Ferrothorn's coming. Let us be honest, Ferrothorn is coming. So it's just gonna be tricky to try and get rid of that thing. Up next is Gliscor. Gliscor is very cool in the fact that it does have that Toxic Heal ability, allowing it to be healed from poison, or toxic I should say, rather than taking damage from it. Very bulky Mon, does have that times 4 weakness to Ice, which makes things really problematic, considering that I have the choice to either bring Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Fire on a couple things. So if I don't pick and choose the right hidden power to use, it becomes a little bit, of an issue to take care of it. It can also defog as well, has access to Swords Dance, very powerful mon, a very fast mon surprisingly as well. So if he does decide to bring it, I'm not going to be too shocked. It's potentially something that could stop some of our other mons, such as our Lycanroc. So other than that, very standard, really bulky mon that could really just stall us out, and so we have to be careful if he does decide to bring it. Up next is going to be Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is interesting. Hitmonchan, while it can be really offensive with like Mach Punch and all that stuff, it's really seen for as an Assault Vest Rapid Spin set to get rocks off the field. I know that's really what a lot of the Hitmons are usually used for. However, I know it does get access to Iron Fist and stuff like that with the elemental punches, so it actually could be a bit more challenging for us to take on. If he does decide to bring this thing offensive, I'm not honestly going to be surprised, but at the same time, if he brings the standard Assault Vest with Rapid Spin, that's the That's what I'm hoping on. And from there, I think we'd be able to take care of it pretty easily. Next is Meloetta. Meloetta is the problem for me this week. I honestly feel, besides that nasty plot Crobat, just because it's very difficult to figure out what it's going to do. It could be Assault Vest, it could be Calm Mind, it could be using its Pirouette form and be on the physical side of things, and with its and get a huge speed creep, and it's so problematic for me to figure out how to plan around this thing, because the only way I can really hit this thing strong enough is with Swampert in the rain, or if I have some kind of dark move to take care of it. And so I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just very, very challenging. The fact that it's both Psychic and Normal type means that it's immune to Ghost type moves, which is one of the wonderful ways I would love to deal with Meloetta, but with that Normal typing, it just prevents us from doing so. So Meloetta is kind of like the shot in the dark. If he does decide to bring it, I'll have to be very careful to figure out what set it is really, really quickly. Next is going to be Mimikyu. Mimikyu is another amazing Pokemon hidden behind that disguise. Allows it to set up a free Swords Dance with that free substitute necessarily. There are wonderful ways around it, by burning it, by toxicking it. As you guys have noticed, like everything except potentially the Crobat and the Meloetta and this two more Mons on his team, like a lot of his Mons are physically attacking, so I've brought a lot of physical bulk this week, planning on that, as you guys will see. But Mimikyu is just one of those, it's just another one of those big physical threats. You got Play Rough, you got Shadow Sneak, Swords Dance. It has access to Wood Hammer as well, which allows it to really hit our Mega Swampert. So I mean, he's definitely got answers to Mega Swampert. We just have to be careful on our own side of things, making sure we're not making the wrong play. Next is going to be probably the biggest threat to Mega Swampert, which is going to be that Roserade. Roserade has an incredible speed stat at base 95, I want to say. 95, yeah. 95 speed, has a wonderful moveset with Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Dazzling Gleam as well, Hidden Power, Technician. Shenanigans will ensue. So, honestly, this thing I do see coming alongside Ferrothorn as just like a defensive-offensive combo to take care of Mega Swampert. It just makes the most sense, honestly. And I do potentially see this Roserade being Scarf. Something in my gut's saying that it's going to be Scarf because his team's already so fast and he wants to outspeed everything. So that's kind of like what I'm feeling here. Up next is going to be his Mega. Has a really cool Mega in Mega Sharpedo. Very problematic for my team, surprisingly. The only thing that really takes it on is going to be Swampert. So we got to make sure that Swampert's 6th round to take care of it. Otherwise, this thing has access to Psychic Fangs, it has access to Liquidation, Waterfall, Knockoff, Crunch, Earthquake. I think it gets Ice Fang and Elemental Fangs as well. Fire Fang, I think, or maybe Thunder Fang. I can't remember which one. Oh, this thing's scary. This thing's scary. It protects one turn, and it gets the speed boost, outspeeds pretty much everything on the team. So we have to definitely be careful of what we do here, because honestly, just his team's so fast that there's not much I can do once they come out. You know, I'm going to have to take hits. I'm going to have some bulky mons to take some hits. So hopefully it all just pays out in the end, and that's really the best I can do. It really is. Up next is going to be Slowking. Slowking's really cool. It's the more especially bulky of his of the slow pair. Scald, Toxic, what's it called? Slack Off are usually what you see on it. I'm not sure if it gets Icy Wind. I think it does. I think you might want to bring Icy Wind or Grass Knot to either one, slow down our Mega Swampert, or two, hit Swampert for a lot of damage. An Assault Vest offensive set, it could also be problematic. There's also Calm Mind. There's a lot of things he could do with Slowking. However, with how our team is arranged, I really just want to see it as a even a standard bulky physically defensive bold set seems highly probable. And last but not least, Samon that I hate planning for this week. I have nothing for this thing. I really don't. I only have one good thing for it, and which you guys will see, but even then it becomes problematic. A Zeraora. Zeraora is ridiculous. It has, what, 112 base attack, 143 speed. This thing's a monster. I don't understand why it is allowed in draft format right now, especially I think it was like a tier 2, I want to say. Is there a tier 1 mon up there yet? No, maybe it is tier 1. I don't know, but this mon is just, it's crazy. It's crazy good. It's got Plasma Fist, it's got Close Combat, it's got Knockoff, it's got access to Grass Knot. This thing is honestly broken, if you ask me. So, also, I believe it has Volt Absorb, so we can't really Volt Switch around, which sucks. We have to be very careful with that. So, this thing's coming 100% because it absolutely obliterates our team. It can be run Adamant and still outspeed everything. And there's really nothing I can do. I just have to I just hope I can make the right calls or keep one mon around to eat one hit and just knock it out. That's the best I can do, honestly. Like I said, I'm going to put my best effort forward. I'm not going to give up, but Zero Aura is the threat this week. Zero Aura is the threat. All of his mons outspeed. They're very, very fast. The hidden goats are Crobat, Zero Aura, and Meloetta. Those three are coming. Ferrothorn, Roserade, and I can sleep. And he can bring some bulk. I don't know where, but he can bring anything. I told you, that's pretty much my thought process on that. But let's just jump into our team and see what we can do here. First off, I realized that with some of his slower mons, I can really take advantage of that and really just knock out his bulkier mons quicker if I brought something that could easily set up on them. And so I went ahead and went for Thea, or Lycanroc, holding the Rock EMZ, just so we don't miss Stone Edge in a clutch situation, I'll say. Very scary not to be bringing a Cell Rock. I usually love bringing a Cell Rock, and it works, but it honestly doesn't do that much in the long run of things, so... I just went for the speed. We are an Adamant natured. This is slightly off for some reason. But no, we're Adamant natured because of the weird his speed tiers are. So he's got super fast mons and then he's got really slow mons. So we're definitely speed creeping on a couple things here. I think we're speed creeping a max speed Jolly Mimikyu. And we have Stone Edge, of course, for stab. We have Fire Fang to handle that Roserade and that Ferrothorn, and we also have Crunch. Crunch is just the all-around good move. I would have wanted to bring like Iron Head or something, but no, Crunch hits a lot more things around than Iron Head does, and then Swords Dance. After Swords Dance, I can really start two-shotting things as well as just really putting the hurt on, even one-shotting a lot of things. So this is like one of my main ways to hopefully handle an Assault Vest Meloetta. With a lot of bulk, hopefully that we can hit this thing hard enough. We already have a Swords Dance up. This is one of my ways to hopefully take care of this Mimikyu before it gets out of control. And alongside, like even with Crobat wants to go for, even if Crobat comes in or something, we have Stone Edge so we don't miss. If he's physical, it's going to be beautiful. If he's physically bulky, he has no offensive, he doesn't have Giga Drain, it's going to be wonders. We'll be able to get rid of it right away. His fast water type, his Sharpedo, his Zero Aura, and Gliscor are really the only things that stand in the way, but if it brings a more offensive Gliscor, after a +2 Stone Edge, I believe Rock EMZ knocks them out, so here's hoping for the best. Here, honestly, is hoping for the best. Up next is going to be Magnezone, who I didn't nickname. Oh no, I didn't nickname him and I already got my team. No. Well, X-Files. He's X-Files here. X-Files a Magnezone with the Choice Spec set. I love this set. It's very, very standard, honestly, but because of the different speed tiers with his team, like I said, it allowed me to run Modest with Magnapole just to trap that Ferrothorn, of course, with that Hidden Power Fire. Very, very powerful with the choice specs. Volt Switch Thunderbolt allows me to switch around things, and even Flash Cannon, I can two-shot a full HP, I believe. Yeah, full HP Gliscor. I can two-shot it. If he decides he wants to try and switch that in with, predicting my Volt Switching and all that stuff, or an electric move. And the only thing that really stands in the way here, of course, is going to be that, two things. There's going to be the Hitmonchan, as well as the Zero Aura, because Zero Aura can, of course, just blow me back. Volt Absorb, the only thing I can hit it with is Flash Cannon or Hidden Power Fire. Won't do much, so hopefully I'll be able just to get off a couple good huge hits and just start whittling down his team. Up next, you guys, is the hidden tech for this week. Like I said, speed was just such a weird thing for me this week, and there was a lot I had to bank on as far as trying to predict what he's going to do with that Zero Aura, so I decided to bring Miltank. But this Miltank is very, very offensive. This is a Jolly Choice Scarf Scrappy Miltank with 228 in speed to outspeed, I believe, a speed creeping Adamant Natured Zero Aura, speed creeping on my Tornadus by 1 point. I believe that's how I put it, if I'm not mistaken. With 252 attack, of course, rest in HP, just a little bit in defense. Scrappy, so I can go ahead and hit the Mimikyu with my Body Slam. Body Slam, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Ice Punch. Fully offensive, of course, Choice Scarf, like I said. We outspeed anything that doesn't outspeed us already with Scarf. Very cool that this fat cow is 100 base speed, but no, I believe we knock out the Zero Aura from full with Earthquake. We do a lot of damage with Ice Punch to his flying types, of course. We have Fire Punch for the Ferrothorn. Earthquake hits a lot of different things as well. It hits the... Excuse me, it hits the... What's it called? The Roserade. I can never remember Roserade's name. Hits the Roserade, I believe, for at least 40 to 50% damage. And then Body Slam, just a very solid move. If I can go ahead, Body Slam a couple things, and get the paralysis off, we're beautiful. We're really doing good. So hopefully that pays off for us. Hopefully it comes off. It really takes Sharpedo just for a loop there to see an offensive Miltank. So I'm gonna enjoy using this a lot. Up next is going to be our Mega. We got Armstrong, our Mega Swampert. By the way, my apologies about my voice. It's been coming on and off the past 3 days. I have no idea what's going on with it. I'm just losing my voice for some reason, so who knows. But a defensive set, a really defensive set here with a Naughty Nature, with Scald, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is, of course, there just to help whittle down his team as he switches out. When I initially had this thing, I initially had it as a max defense set, but once I realized kind of the potential Swampert can do with the rain, I kind of opted out of it, and so Scald's still there just to try and get some burns on some things, because like I said, this team's very, very physical. If he wants to bring in a special attack, especially defensive Mon, he can go ahead and do so. We can go ahead and burn it, cancel out like maybe Black Sludge on the Roserade, cancel out leftovers on the Slow King and stuff like that. So it's very, very cool, and just catching burns on anything will be wonderful. Ice Punch, of course, just to hit the flying types. Earthquake decimates so many different things outside of that. The only thing that really stands in the way, of course, is going to be things with Grass Knot, Energy Ball, Giga Drain, and Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn as a whole. But no, I really like this set. 140 allows us to outspeed, I believe, a max speed Jolly Zero Aura even. So that's pretty cool. I think that's really cool. So of course we can't have Armstrong without the rain. We got the Nexus. It's Saltfest set. Like I said, there's not a lot of special attackers on his field. So because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this as a somewhat Assault Vesty set. It's called Ice Beam, Hurricane, Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump allows us to get those kills. Hopefully we can go ahead and land those. Hurricane is 100% accurate. Ice Beam helps us hit a lot of different things, helps us handle that Gliscor efficiently. And then Scald again. Just, we really want to burn stuff, and you guys will see that that's the common theme, is I'm burning everything this week. I'm going to burn everything. I'm going to burn the Zero Aura, I'm going to burn the Mimikyu, I am going to, I'm probably not going to burn the Gliscor because of Toxic Heal, but I'm going to burn the Ferrothorn, and it's going to be wonderful. Yeah, very, very standard. I believe we do live a Giga Drain from a Choice Scarf Modest, I want to say. Choice Scarf Modest Roserade, so yeah, here's hoping for the best. Here's hoping for the best. That's all I can say with this week. And last but not least, making his debut is going to be Soul Smasher, our Dusknoir. Let me pull him over. Dusknoir is making his debut, and very defensive set. This thing helps us take on the Zeraora a lot better, honestly, because we can eat any of his electric type attacks. He can't touch us with close combat. Grass Knot we don't have to worry about with Mega Swampert, and the only thing he could really use is knockoff on us, which is perfectly fine. Even though it does a whole lot of damage, we can go ahead and use that to our advantage and Will-O-Wisp it. We can just land the Will-O-Wisp. Please don't let this be like when we face Crimson and pardon me. Please don't make this like when we face Crimson and we just completely missed our Thunder Wave. Don't let Will-O-Wisp be like that. Please, knock on wood. But Frisk allows us to see what different items he's holding, just so it can better me and the different kind of sets I can quickly deduce, try and figure out the things that Sharpedo's going to be bringing. But Earthquake decimates a lot of things. Ice Punch helps decimate a lot of things. Shadow Sneak helps me with that Mimikyu and anything that's living on a sliver of health. So, a very, very standard set, I know, but like I said, I just needed the bulk this week, and I feel like Swampert and Dusknoir can do it. I honestly do. Pelipper's going to be there for some special defense, I guess. But no, I like what we're doing here. I like that I'm using Miltank more than just in a defensive way. So that's my team, you guys. If you have enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like down below. Hopefully the video of me versus Sharpedo should be going up tomorrow. I pray that it does, if I just don't get lazy. But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Thumbbrother 2, and I will see you in the next episode.